Greetings and welcome to the third installment in my long series of Heritage Quest walkthroughs through the EverQuest 2 MMO. I am Nandy, our Mist Walker, leader of the Rain Dancers Guild, and I'm going to guide you through these quests. In this episode, we are going to play through These Boots Are Made For. The timestamp references for each step of this quest are in the description below. You can get this quest starting at level 20 or higher. I was 22. Let's get started. This quest begins in Antonica and spans several zones and dungeons. Antonica is technically under good control. There are 2 guards around the building, one of which you will need to get past in order to talk to the quest giver, which, as we know from our previous Heritage quest, is going to be something of an issue as we must talk to the quest giver repeatedly. The guards in this area are 25 triple up, so I'd advise to go here with a group at a higher level or get a good merc so you can just kill your way through. The quest giver, Hwal is a dwarf within the keep of the Ardent Needle. He is sometimes in the floor, so you can type in /target Hwal and get him targeted and hailable, so he'll pop back up top. The first thing he tells you to do is bring him some wood and ore from the surrounding area. There is no minimum harvesting level required, but as is the norm, the higher the better. You're more likely to harvest more per goal, you'll harvest something more often, and the actual harvesting time lowers slightly as you progress. Circle the tower a few times. There are a lot of harvest nodes around here, and you should get what you need fairly quickly. If you are doing this in a group, you will need to harvest these items individually. They are not group updates. Next, he gives you a list of 3 items to gather. I take full advantage of the Griffin Towers on this quest, as it saves some time. Sometimes you will get closer faster to where you're going than if you were to use fast travel. Though, yes, using the fast travel is a better way to get out of a dungeon. You need to go to Blackborough and fight the miners. You need to go to Stormhold and fight the treants, the cave root horrors, in the room with the entrance to the library. And the 3rd item is in the Thundering Steps, an auto-update from the heroic Griffin Blood Talon. The first area I went to was Stormhold. Jumping off the Griffin puts you very near to the entrance, and you are able to get past the skeletons outside with careful zigzagging and a strong awareness of your position. Getting through the first hallway is easier if you're higher level, of course, though the ads can be overwhelming if you move too quickly. Continue until you get to the second right-hand door. Clear your path and head to the downstairs spiral staircase. There are a lot of fights between here and there, so let's just jump a little. Remember this sword. We'll come back for it for another Heritage quest later on. Go down the staircase, through the only tunnel, and follow the path in front of you through the western door until you get to a T intersection. One of the overly large, black, aggressive blobs is here, so you will most likely need to kill it. And sometimes the body ends up on top of the door. Just because. Through the western door, get to the T intersection, turn right, and you should be looking at another one of those huge blob things, a bunch of zombies, and some distorted trees. This time through, the trees and zombies aggroed me through the wall, so I didn't have to fight the blob. The drop from the trees is common, but not guaranteed. You shouldn't have to wait for a respawn in order to get it. I tend to fast travel to the Thundering Steps at this point. The Wizard Spire is right next to where Blood Talon comes in, so it's easy to travel there. The biggest danger with Blood Talon is the ads. There are creatures all over the area, some of them are aggressive, others reacting to AoE effects. Clearing them is preferable to fighting them all at the same time. We travel back to Antonica to get into the Blackborough dungeon, where the gnolls live. The miners in Blackborough are easy to find. Once you get past the entrance tunnel, turn left into the mining areas. The miners will be everywhere. They all have feathers on their heads, and the drop is not an auto drop, but it is something that again should not take you until the respawn to get. You can get it through the available gnolls here. And then we go back to Hwal to give him the 3 items that we gathered for his quest. The next step of the quest has him sending you into the Blackborough Brewery, because apparently dwarves like gnollish beer. This one is a little bit more difficult to find because you can't go in the front door. It's very complicated to get to through the front door of Blackborough. You need to go to an underwater tunnel in the southern body of water under the mountains, and you'll get to the zone in an underground cave. So you take this bridge and you turn to the right, and then you can jump down, and there's the tunnel right there. You can see it on your map, and you will need to go underwater for a brief bit, but it's not dangerous. Let's kill the gnolls and find the door. It's not hard to find since it's like a door. It's right there. When you get into this back door, you'll fight a lot of the brewers. They apparently protect their brew fairly well, but they're no match for us. The barrel you were looking for is on top of a stack of barrels, right there. And once you pick it up, you return to Hwal once more. This next step involves going to the Bells of Valen, here in Antonica. The bells are in a tower, and on the floor of the tower is a trapdoor. It's on the other side of the mountains here, so you can either walk through one of the knoll tunnels or you can go around either direction, left or right. If you're also doing the Antonican cataloging quest for the book, this is where you'll find the bats. The shriekers needed for that quest are up this hill. Wind your way up the mountain, and there's the tower, and there's the trapdoor. So you go inside. And the only thing in this room is his grandfather's ghost. So you put him to rest, and then return to Hwal. He then sends you to the Thundering Steps again to fetch 2 items. Both of them are a common, but not automatic drop, one from the Giants and one from the Antelopes. Now that you have both items, you need to go to his comrade in the village of Thundermist. Misty is in one of the buildings, and you'll give her the items you have found, and she will say, okay, hold on a second, I'll make them for you. Now, it's a little bit misleading because when she says wait for a minute, you actually have to wait for a full Nerathian day to go by, which is an hour in real time. So I usually either play one of my other characters or I go get lunch or, something, because sitting here and staring at her for a real life hour is a bit much. But now she's had her time, and she gives me what she's made, and you go back to Hwal. And he says, hey, look at that, you brought me some new boots, those are awesome. You can have my old ones. And here's a little hand-me-down as your present. But the boots are not terrible, and you can also turn them into a house item to have, a shoe rack next to your door. But that's it. Got another heritage quest finished. This has been These Boots Were Made For. I am Nandira Mistwalker, leader of the Rain Dancers Guild. And thank you for watching. Have a great day. And as always, happy dancing.